welcome welcome to the show. Uh, First of all, let me know if the audio and video is fine. Am I audible? Awesome. So today I was thinking that topic will be completely your choice. So just give me a topic. I have not prepared anything. So whatever you guys will ask me to show, I'll come up with something spontaneously. So I'm waiting for your suggestion. Hey Adiban, thanks for joining. Positional play today. Okay, interesting. So I have two options. I can just pick one topic and speak on that, or I can do it. Like mixture. Uh, oh my goodness. Oh no, that's the fake Anish Giri, I guess. Yeah, it cannot be real Anish. Hey Padmini, thanks for joining. All right, so okay, so I have got strategic play, positional play, endgame, and tactics. So you know what? Since I'm not prepared, the only thing that I have prepared as of now is one position. This is just a warm up. Uh, while you guys think on this position, I will quickly have a look on what I'm going to show you on today's positional play and strategic play. I'll start with strategic play, then I'll also make sure some tactics and endgame are also, we look into endgame and tactics. Alright, so you guys can think on this and I will quickly uh, find out some games. White to play guys. I keep doing this thing every time. I'm so sorry. This position is white to play. It's a very cute problem. I saw this, I don't even remember in which book I saw, but again, I saw this in my childhood and then I kind of liked it. I think it was some John Nunn book, not Endgame Challenge, something else. Either John Nunn or Spielman, in some book I saw. Now I remember. It's maybe Tactical Chess Endings. In my childhood, I read that book, Tactical Chess Endings. I think I found it there. Okay, Divya says f7, rook a6. Yeah, rook a6 check is forced because if rook f6, there is bishop b2. So rook a6 check. Yeah, everybody says bishop a3. So why not king b2? Like everybody says bishop a3, yeah? The problem, of course, if king b2, then there is rook f6 and we are missing this square. And if king b1, then it comes with a check. So yes, bishop a3 is right. Rook a3, king b2. Well, I would not give a problem. Oh my goodness. Ilamparthi just posted the entire solution. Okay, thanks Ilamparthi. And yeah, that's right. Rook a2 check. This is the point. Now cannot take because there is check. So white goes king c1. Now if rook c2 check is possible, because white cannot take, then king g7 happens. But here I think king d1 wins. So black gives rook a1 check. Everything is forced. And now white is hiding here. Black tries his best luck. Idea is if king takes g4, check here, this here, that's a stalemate. So white doesn't take it. White plays king h6. And now the idea is now if rook g6 check, take, bishop f5, there is king f6. So black goes rook g8. White goes knight e7, now threatening to take here. Plays bishop e6. That's a beautiful mate. That's a beautiful mate. So yeah, meanwhile I found some games on strategic and positional play. So usually I try to show more of my games because it's easier to explain how I thought during the game. So I chose two games, actually couple of games. I will show you a couple of games, and some I lost, some I won. So first I will start with the game that I won. This is based on strategic play, and the board will come. Hang on, yeah. So I hope the board is visible now. It's a very interesting game. This was played in Qatar Masters 2015. I was playing with David Howell, and yeah, David Howell is like now he's I think 2700, and back then he was 2688. Oh wow! Oh, yeah, that is also a very interesting topic, Vishnu. Thank you. Yeah, I think I should do it. How I discovered some opening ideas. That could be interesting. So this particular Catalan line, I will. This is one of the very main line. Yeah, Adiban, do one thing. Message Soumya in WhatsApp and tell that I am giving a lecture on strategic play. Ask her to join. So yeah, this particular line I prepared with Hari Krishna together. You remember this? The other day we are talking about this Bangalore ashram, Art of Living ashram. We had lots of training camps there. So it was there we prepared this particular Catalan system in depth, and yeah. So this was also a very crucial game played by Hari Krishna in one of the Asian championship that he won. The other day I was showing the video where his birthday was being celebrated, and he won this. He won that Asian. So it was exactly this position. We can. This is all pretty much theory. The thing is, black should not allow white to play a5. Right now this pawn is hanging. So white played this, attacking this. Queen c7, and again white cannot play a5 because this is under attack. e3. Here is the game, by the way. This is that very nice game played by Hari Krishna against Jumabayev in Asian Championship. In that game, it was rook fd1, a5, rook a6, with the idea of rook b6, d5, and queen b6. You guys can check this particular game. This is Hari Krishna is black, Jumabayev is white, played in Iran 2011. So anyway, in my game he played e3. I played a5, stopping a5. So this is a very typical position where nothing direct happens. Let's take a look at the position. So black wants to put something on b4. We don't know if this rook will go there, if the bishop will go there, but usually the knight goes there. Something will get to b4. White has a very good center. Very often white also tries some kind of ideas where he can get into he can get his queen and bishop into this diagonal and try to attack on this side. But the problem is black structure is very solid. So there is no direct weakness. Adiban, this was with David Howell. So here David started to think a lot, and I was still in my preparation. I knew this Hari Krishna game. David played a move which I had not seen before. He played bishop e2. Now this was very interesting. Why he wants to play bishop e2 immediately? Because if he wanted to get to this diagonal, he would have done that by bishop e4. So why he played bishop e2? Any idea? What does white want? So this is the first thing I'll be saying when it comes to positional play and strategic play. One of the primary thing is what your opponent wants. It's very important. Stopping rook a6 is one idea. Yes, agreed. Stopping rook a6 is one idea. What else? Not exactly. I don't think if I play knight a6, he is going to give this particular bishop. No, no. That doesn't make sense. So I felt he wants actually this, and somewhere to to break, to try to do something on king side. So I first played knight a6. He played knight e4, bishop e7, all natural moves. He brings his rook, giving some kind of threat of d5. I played knight b4 and bishop c4. And this is the point that this particular moment is very important in the game. What white is threatening again and how black should play. So when it comes to strategy and positional play, I think it is okay. You need to calculate, of course, but you also need to have a bigger plan. How should black play here? Yeah, Vishnu's channel. I'll actually, somebody can post it here. Vishnu's channel is fantastic. I saw a number of videos. I think it's very instructive. Yes, idea is f4 and f5. Yeah, Vishnu, I remember we saw this game. We saw this game. So I will tell you how I came to the following move that I played here. So I realized white has everything that he wants. Right now he is ready for f4 f5. Now I don't want to lose this this kind of setup. I don't want to play g6 immediately because okay, then I have to check for h4 h5 also. So I don't want to play very committal, and e5 runs into d5 probably, like at least some kind of d5. And also I'm not even sure even if he takes, how is that structure. I would not play e5 immediately. So bishop c4, I see he wants to come here, but I don't have a weakness. So I tried to think where I should put my pieces. Well, Shomborto Banerjee, you just said exactly the way I played. I hope you didn't see the game and said, but if you have find it on your own, then hats off to you. I hope you just didn't Google it and find it. So rook a e8. This is the point. The idea is I want to discourage him from playing f5. So he plays, he could have changed the plan, of course. He could have played something like rook f1, but he played f4. And now bishop d8. So I am directly discouraging him from playing f5. Now he goes queen d1. He is also coming here so that he can play f5. And now the second setup, queen e7. So you see, I am still making sure that there is no f5. So he goes queen f3. And now knight d5 so that I have queen b4. And again, I am keeping a pressure here, so there is no f5. Well, it's not taking, Ilambarti, I don't think it's taking too long, because white also doesn't have any plan. Like, I'm very solid here, so there is nothing direct happening. And I think that is what happens in strategic play. Yes, I think f4 was very committal. f4 was very committal. And now queen b4 is coming. So he played rook c2. Queen b4. Still, now this knight is fantastic. Yeah, thanks Shomborto for admitting that you saw this game live. Yeah, yeah, because if you like, it took me a lot of time to figure out rook e8. I was like very decently surprised that you found it in an instant. Yeah, once that's what I say. Like, once you see some game, it's kind of nice. Then all these ideas remains in your head. So it's threatening knight d7. I play rook e7. Now that he cannot play f5, he wants to play e4. But of course, I was prepared for e4. What to do now as black? So basically, you see, like, I just changed the setup of my pieces. Like, in the starting position, my rook was on a8, bishop on e7, and queen on c7. And now it's completely different setup altogether, which is aimed against white's central play. Yeah, b5, knight b6, then he sort of gets rid of my knight. So I had a tactical idea. Yeah, Padmini is right. Go wrong, Adiban. Yeah. Now bishop b6. The thing is, he doesn't have a threat. If he takes, I take it back. And then this pawn hangs, and subsequently this knight hangs. And this pawn hangs with a check. And now I think he played... what is strategy interesting, Vishnu? So, yeah, probably he should have played something like king g2 and, like just get to this position and play. It's just a normal position. But here he played ed5, cd5. Yeah, now he has to give back the pawn, give back the piece. And this phase of the game was also very interesting. So I take. Okay, he cannot take on b4 because first I give check and then I take this guy. So he plays here. I give a check. Now this position is also very interesting. Actually, some people were asking for endgame, so I think now we move to some endgame part. So first, when you get such kind of position, I think one thing is very important to ask is what kind of endgame you want to play. Ah, yeah, right, Vishnu. So here, if you enter rook pawn endgame, I think there is very little chance. So because my king is actually safer than his king, so it's important that I retain the queen. It's very important. So the only way to retain the queen, see, this move like this looks attractive, but it has an obvious disadvantage. White plays this and the game will end in a draw, because this is attacked and this is attacked. So which means we will enter a rook pawn endgame, and with such active rooks, it's very difficult to win this position. I mean, this is more likely to end in a draw than black winning. Yeah, Divya, you are right. Queen a7 is the move. The point is, now if he plays queen c5, I have b6 and my rook is protected. So this is the first trick. So he plays king g2, and now I have to consolidate. So I'm just consolidating. Now since he has played this f4, remember this very costly move, he's still paying for that. His king is still weak. So he plays queen c6, rook d8. And again I kept the same thing. With this formation he cannot change the queen. My queen is safe, and this queen will at some point it is bound to speak. So he plays h4. Okay, I should not allow h5, so I played h5. And now suddenly he is not sure, like, okay, this queen is currently keeping me tied down, but check this, yeah, like his queen is also fixed and his rook is also fixed. Because his rook is fixed in order to stop this, his queen is fixed in order to fix my queen. So in other words, his pieces are also fixed. So he plays king h2, doing nothing. So I also do nothing. I play king 8. Here I played king h7. You know, there was this funny thing. At some point I thought, maybe now is the time to activate. Like I could play rook d1. And every player has this, yeah. They will think of some move and then suddenly they will see the refutation and their like heartbeat goes up. So when I was like, yeah, I want to play rook d1, and then suddenly I saw, you know, check and bye bye. Now black is lost, of course. So king h7. So now I am threatening to play rook d1 because I avoided this queen c8 check. Yeah, Ayush, exactly. Art of doing nothing. f5. When f5? f5, I'll just take that pawn. So he plays queen e4 check, g6, queen c6. And now that this trap is not there, so I go rook d1. So now I want to free my queen at some point. So here is one interesting thing. Now if he changes the queen, then I give check, moves, take, and king g7. And I am attacking this pawn, and I'll be 2 pawns up, which is winning. So he plays b3. So which means now he wants to play this. Again, his aim is to get into rook pawn endgame. If white can get to rook pawn endgame, I think this will be very difficult to win. In order to stop him from getting into rook pawn endgame, play rook d3. Now remember, this rook is again fixed. Yeah, it cannot come here because I'll give a check. So, and I'm threatening here, which means subsequently again I'm stopping queen c7. Oh, Anshumanji, thank you so much. Queen c7, then take, and king g7. I saw Anshumanji in number of times in Vidit's channel, in Chessbase channel. He has been very generous, and he has been supporting all the streamers to keep going. Thank you. So he played queen b5 and rook d6. Now I had a very cunning trap. You know, I was secretly hoping that he will play rook c6. Because again, if he can change either queen or rook, you see his king becomes safe. So he desperately wants to change something. So rook c6, I had this idea, rook d2 check, king h3, and now queen a8, a very cunning trap. The point is, if queen takes b6, what do I play? Yeah, guys, it will be nice if you don't spam, because then if you spam a lot, then I cannot see the moves. I would appreciate if you guys tell the moves, then I think it's easy, yeah. Then also it's better for me to be able to explain. So please don't spam. Yeah, I think rook d6. I'm just curious, why not? Maybe no, rook c2 doesn't work. Divya, rook c2 doesn't work. Rook c2 is rook c2. There is no mate. It had to be rook d6. Rook d6 is mate, but rook c2 is draw. So queen b5, I played rook d6, and now he plays rook c8. Now every time I would find some idea, like I was thinking that game is over, but David comes up with a brilliant defense. So now his point is, he has only one aim, yeah? He has only this aim that he wants to change either queen or rook. So he wants, let's say queen b7. If I play queen b7, yeah? Now he gives rook h8 check. This is his trick. And then he reaches a queen pawn endgame. And see the difference? Now his king is not weak anymore. And my queen is stuck. So this will most likely be end in a draw. So then I found a way to avoid this his trick. And I think why endgame is very difficult. Because in endgame you don't get a second chance. Like you have to be extremely precise. And in endgame, calculation also is very important. So I found a way to avoid this particular queen pawn endgame, but get into a better queen pawn endgame. How? So I give a check first. He plays king h3. Now, with this rook and queen, now suddenly he is saying, okay, I am also coming. You have to find something, yeah? And now that I gave a check, like my rook was on d6. So for queen b7, he had queen c6. But he did not have queen c6. But I could not play queen b7 because of rook h8 check. So I gave check here and now queen b7, allowing queen c6, but I got my rook away. So he plays queen c6. Now I play queen a6. So now I am coming from here. The point is, if he plays queen c4, I take, he takes, I play rook b2, he plays rook c3. I get to rook pawn endgame, but in a very nice, favorable way. And this should be winning for me. Because his rook is also fixed, all my pieces are better. But obviously he had seen this. His idea was same, rook h8 check. So what changed? I have to take and this. So why did I avoid this position but came to this position? It's the same queen pawn endgame, right? Exactly, that is my question, Ilam Parthi. So what did I avoid? Just 2 minutes ago, I said I don't want to play this queen pawn endgame. I made some 2-3 moves and got to this queen pawn endgame. What changed? Yeah, Diptan is right. No, not queen activity. It has to be this particular move. It has to be e5. The whole point of... because if I would just move my king somewhere, then he will just take, and here it's very difficult to win. But I have this move, right? Which was not available here. So this changes everything. This changes the entire endgame. How it changes? So he has to play queen takes d2. Now I take ef4. Now this is where calculation comes into picture. The thing is, if he can take queen f4, this will be a draw. But unfortunately, he cannot take it because I have this following combination. Check, check, and take, and everything is defended. And there is no perpetual. There is simply no perpetual. So which means this whole combination, now he is forced to take g into f4. Any confusion? Anyone who did not understand this? Do you want me to explain it again? Like why I avoided that particular endgame and got into this one? The whole point was to get e5 and ef4. I'm forcing him to take gf4. If we are clear until here, then we can, I think we can proceed further. So he cannot take queen f4. So this combination was very important, that whenever he plays queen f4, check, check, and take, and then this queen is defending both the pawns. I thought this is a fantastic geometry. So he takes gf4. Yeah, so So when I was calculating, yeah, somebody asked for calculation. So I think it started from this position. So when I played rook b6, rook c8, from here it starts. So at this point, one has to first find out that this does not work, understand. Then they have to check this whole setup, figure out e5, and then realize that queen takes f4 does not work, so gf4. Even this, yeah, now this should be winning because this pawn is kind of weak. Hey Soumya, nice to see you. Somebody messaged you? Soumya, this is a lecture on strategic play. Now Soumya will kill me. So queen check. The point is king cannot go here because there is queen g4 check. This queen c5, so that he cannot play b4. So white's problem in the position is this queen, it has to defend these three pawns. Yeah, it's not very hard. It's nothing like spectacular, this calculation, because moves are, I would say, relatively easy because it's forcing. But what is very important is you have to see this. It's very easy to miss white's defense. That's the problem. So queen b2 check, king h7, queen d2. So white is waiting. White is saying, okay, I don't want to do anything. So queen e7. And now see, the problem is how he is going to defend. If he plays king g3, then I go queen e6, and I am threatening this. The only way to defend this is to play queen d1, but then that allows queen e3. So he played queen f2, but now this queen is fixed. Oh, thanks Adiban for messaging her. Queen f6. Now again, it's a very interesting position. Now this queen, as I was saying, this queen is in under some sort of zugzwang. It has to cover this pawn on f4. It has to cover the pawn on h4, and it has to cover this, the pawn on b3. So which means white must move his king. But where to move? Because if the king comes to if the king comes to g file, then I will play queen e6, giving a threat. So he played king h1, but anyway, queen e6. And finally, again the same problem. If queen f2, then I have check and take. So yeah, then I won the game. The rest of the game is not so important, just for the sake of completeness. I thought this was a very interesting game, in terms of strategy and close position. I would now like to show, before I show one of my lost games, I would like to show one particular thing that comes to mind. Give me a second. Yes, Vishnu, I think this game also covers a little bit of endgame. In the variation rook d2 check, king h3, queen exchange, king g7, b4. Where was that? So Padmini is asking. This one, this variation you are asking, right? At what point b4? Rook d2 check, queen h3. Rook d2 check, king h3. Queen exchange. No, I don't see at what point, because there was no chance to play b4. Right. So I'll move to the next game. When before? What point? Here. Here before. Here before. How do I play? I can take, no? I can take maybe some Ah, this is what you mean, yeah? Take king g7, b4. So rook a3, there is a4. Maybe first I will give a check or what? Check, you'll play here, yeah? Take, yeah, a check, take, rook c4. This is your idea, no? But I have this, no? Here, here. I just get the pawn. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. So the next game. Oh no, not this one. Uh, when I saw this particular game, I was very impressed. Yeah, with Padmini, with the rook on a4, I think your king is also stuck. Like your rook is stuck on 4th rank, and you cannot play king g2 because I have rook a2 check and rook b2. Okay, you guys are forcing me to go back to the previous position. Wait a second, guys. There has been some discussion here that I want to sort out. So I think people are talking about people here are talking about what? Which position? I got little bit distracted here. Yeah, I think what where this position was coming. Where this guy was coming. It was rook c8, rook d2 check here, queen b7. Ah, no, again, okay, leave it. I am not on. Yeah, this one they're talking about. A b4 uh, and rook c4. Yeah, rook c4, rook b2. This is what we discussed, right? And rook c6, rook a2, take, take. And what I'm saying is, okay, my rook is fixed, but so is your king. So I thought at some point it should be winning, but I could be wrong. I thought something like this should be winning somehow. You know, I mean, I thought I should be faster. Yeah, like some kind of zugzwang maybe around along here. But true, true. This is not trivial. This is definitely not trivial. I just felt this should be winning somehow. Yes, even what Dipkan said is also right. That's true. That's probably a better idea. Try to come here somehow. Uh, Maybe try to play something like this and push the pawn. Yeah, this is a better way. That's it, my boy Dipkan. Yes. All right. Enough of this endgame. Let's move to the previous position that I wanted to show. It is this position. Yeah, it's a Meyer game. Uh, those who know, those who have seen the game, or I have shown the game because it's very much possible uh, that I have shown the game. This is one of my favorite. So here George Meyer was white, and you know what he did. Like those who have not seen the game, it will be very interesting for them. Uh, okay, first question: how is the position? What do you think? Okay, one request: those who have seen the game, please do not tell the moves. Okay, many players are saying bishop f1, b4. Okay, interesting. I will show the game quickly. Ah, that's a very nice one. Carlsen Gashima I can show, yeah. Also, Adiman, there is this very nice idea. This Carlsen Grischuk also I think is fascinating. So, George Meyer played Rook C2. Basically not saying what is the idea. Black had no clue what is going on. Black played Rook C7 as if nothing happened. Let's Rook G2. Again, why white is doing what he is doing. Black plays H6. White plays H3. Black plays Rook D8. White plays King H2. He plays Bishop F8. And now suddenly every single move white made, now it makes sense. White plays this. And the idea is to put the knight here. I was very fascinated with this, like when I saw this first time. So basically, George Meyer, from this position, he wanted to get his knight here. For that, he realized he needs his queen here. And that is why every single the moves that he played, which apparently looked meaningless, had a very deep idea. It was actually very direct. Played Rook C2, Rook D2, clearing the path, making an... So, you see this, such things you cannot get it by calculation. That's what I'm saying. So, this is like when you have this position, you have to somehow understand, if I can get my knight to C6, it's good. How do I get there? So, that's how you come here. It's very, very fascinating. And okay, the game did not end because of this, but I just wanted to show this particular idea. You guys can, Google the game or something. White is George Meyer and black is Iordachescu. Maybe, yeah, that's it. Vishnu has written the name. So if you just Google Meyer versus Iordachescu, you will get the name right. Yeah, the spelling is Iordachescu. Now I want to show one of my losing game. I lost this particular game. I won't tell who are the players right now. I'll say that later. Most of the time we learn more from a lost games, from the games that we lost. And this particular game is one of that game. It gave me tremendous lesson. So here I am white. One legendary player is black. Let me just keep it to that. This is all theory. No, it's not Matlakov. So all this has been played before. Here, black played A5. Sorry, H5. It's a very interesting position. So this setup which black made, it is discouraging any kind of kingside attack. Like this king will stay here. Yeah, Vishnu, if you know this, just don't spoil it. I know you know this. Also, I'm pretty sure there are many other players they have seen this game. This is actually one of my favorite game. Kidambi, shut up. Yeah. Okay. So I have got some Wikipedia here. Usually it's Seturaman and Kidambi. Yeah, this is Judith Polgar is black, and I am white. I actually wanted honest. I'll admit something. I actually wanted to show this game when Judith will appear on my show, but since the topic came, I thought I might as well show this right now. So yeah, Queen F3, played Queen C7. So attacking this pawn. Knight A4. So the point is, of course, now she cannot take Knight E5 because takes Bishop B2 and this rook kind of hangs. Now she played bishop b2, bishop b7, queen e2, h4. Still nothing much is happening. Like the game did not even start properly. Like it's a position that is very dynamic right now, and still not clear who is better, who is not. It's just a complex position. c4, d4. I protected this pawn. So I'm clearing a path for my knight to get to a better square. She's making sure this pawn is under attack. So I would say this position is particularly, if you have to assess, I think it's just an equal position, because nobody has break. I cannot break on queen side. It's not clear if she would, if she wants to break on queen side. Anyway, she played rook a5. I played rook a b1. King f8. Okay, nothing changed. Bishop d2. King g7. So this comes from experience. After this the move that I played in this particular position, I would never play it now. I think this only happens from experience. In the game, I played a4. Probably I would have, drawn this game with some other player. But when you play a stronger player, they actually don't give you a chance. I mean, they will try to squeeze as much as possible. So here, if I have to play this game now, I think I would play just a3, b4 and just liquidate everything. But I thought after a4, okay, I have only one weakness, so this I can defend. Like how she is going to attack this. I mean, she can only attack this pawn with 3 pieces, but I also have 3 pieces. Also, how this pawn is weak. So I thought this should be fine. She played rook f5. I played f4. So I was hoping that this is kind of draw. Like which side she is going to break. She's definitely not going to break here, right? Like then her king is weak. She played queen c7. Okay, I played rook f1. And I was expecting at some point it will be a draw. This happened in World Team Championship 2011. Very first round we were playing Hungary. Leko was playing with Hari. I think Sashi was playing with Almasi. I was playing with Judith. Judith played knight b8. This makes a lot of sense because this knight is definitely better on c6 because it defends a5 pawn. So okay, I am also maneuvering, and now I have a cunning threat. I am threatening g4. So you see, if she plays some move like knight b4, then I am immediately winning. This rook is trapped. But okay, of course she will not fall for this, so she plays rook h5. I played rook f3. This is the position, guys. Adiban, this is absolutely not fair. This is absolutely not fair. Yeah, okay. Now what Judith did is fascinating. So as our dear friend Adiban has already spoiled it, and you guys can see in the chat, king to a6. Yeah, Judith basically got her king to a6. This is what she did. It was a shock for me because I did not expect, like somewhere here I realized, yeah, she wants to play g5, but still everything is fine. Wait, why didn't I play g4 here? Something I'm missing. Because now takes, there is bishop h4. Okay. So I played queen e2, rook h5. Queen e2 again threatening g4. Now she is coming slowly to a6. So this is the point. As soon as I realized, she played king e8, I understood she is coming to a6, which means she wants to play g5. Once she plays g5, this pawn is under attack. So I thought my knight will do better on g4. So that when she plays g5, my knight will be protecting the e5 pawn. So I also don't want to give up easily. So I played knight f2, king d7, knight g4, queen e4. So I thought, okay, you can get your king to a6, but now I am also doing nicely. Yeah? Now if you play g5, I don't care. Like, thanks to this g4 knight, my pawn is protected and your pawn is weak. So still everything looks fine. What is the problem? You want to get your king on a6, go ahead, but still I am doing fine. She plays here. I decided to wait. I am asking, like, show me your plan. You cannot play g5. My pieces are very nicely placed. Now the next step. We were talking about strategy and positional play. Yeah? Now she does her next level planning. She wants to play g5. g5 is her only break. This is the only break in the position. There is no way she can play f6. Like, with my knight standing here, there is no way she will be able to play f6. So she has to distract these pieces. As long as these pieces are here, she cannot play g5. So the now next phase of planning starts. You see what she has done? Yeah, probably, you know what, I should have kept my rooks on, not rook f3, but I think I should have kept it here. Because this formation is not good because suddenly both my rooks are fixed. Okay, I'm waiting. Now she got her second phase. Okay, this is called whatever, Alekhine gun, I think. So now her king is safe. My pieces are tied down, but still no g5. Still I'm doing fine. Finally, now this pawn is, this rook is defending the pawn. It's actually very fascinating at the level which Judith played this game. King g1. Now that everything is under control, this pawn is defended, king is safe, this pawn is hanging, and most importantly, the time is short. In strategic play, you should never rush. Now she plays g5, finally. So I played a very weird move here. I started with knight h6. Why didn't I take here? Yeah, take means I did not like this position. Because then eventually this pawn will come. So I played knight h6. I did not lose the game because of g5. But you know what happens? Like in a game, once you start giving pressure, at some point the players will collapse. So that's what happened in this game also. Rook f8, queen e4, and here is my final blunder. I think computer showed that if I play rook f3, e5, rook check, rook a7, rook g8, this is kind of unclear, which makes sense. I mean, black has this pawn, but now black king is also not very safe. But in the game, I remember it was some kind of time pressure, and I made some sort of hand move. I played queen d2, threatening rook a8. She played a nice move, rook g7, stopping this and giving a pressure here. Played rook f4. She plays queen b7. Now I think it's already, yeah, okay, such trap does not work, but just to show that this doesn't work. She played queen b7, rook h4, e5. This is already losing. Yeah, d3 was also nice. I simply cannot take the pawn. How was the game, guys? I absolutely loved it. I mean, some games, like even if after you lose, you realize that yeah, your opponent played at a different level. So this was one of the game. Yeah, hand moves very often happens in time pressure. You just make some sort of move that that kind of doesn't work. Like that looks good, but it's nothing spectacular. Thank you guys. Glad you liked it. Uh, should I continue on similar theme? Should I show some games like this? No, no, no. This was not Setu. This was not Judith's last game. This was Judith's last game was when she lost to Sham Shankland. Sham is also one of my very good friend. I also asked him to come to my show someday. And I keep telling him, you don't beat people. He defeated Kramnik, Kramnik retired. He defeated Judith, Judith retired. So I'm like, Adiban, when I played against you, yeah, yeah, I'm very scared of your strategic ideas. Adiban, you strategic play. Uh, shall I continue with some games like this? Okay, I will. Is it okay if I pick my game, or shall I show some other players' games? Okay, I'm waiting. I can show some Petrossian games, or some Kramnik games, or just show my game. Surya game always. Okay, fine. All right, so let me see. This was a very crucial game also. Uh, Thanks, Soumya. Very good to hear this from you. So, so this was Catalan again. Guys, my coach, my trainer, mentor, whatever you call, Vishnu, he completely spoiled me. So earlier I used to play heavy opening theory, and yeah, I should read Soumya's comment. What Soumya wrote. Gangs, you are a great strategic player. We want to see your games only. Is it possible to take a printout of this live chat? I want to hang it in my wall. That will be nice. By the way, who is talking from Chessbase India? Is this Sagar? So Queen C2, yeah, what I was saying. So Vishnu kind of completely spoiled me. So he often asks me, like you should sometimes go to board and play without without any preparation, without knowing any kind of theory. This particular game is one of that game. So I played c6, and I'm playing against Parham Maksudlu. He is like 2688, and all I know about this position, and I know many players will not. Hey Sagar, thanks for joining. Uh, it's Many players will not believe my preparation basically ended here. Queen c4, b5, queen c2, bishop b7, and all I knew was okay. I have to play knight b d7, queen goes to b6, and rook c8, and okay, play for c5. So basically, that's all I knew. But the thing is, Parham knows that I'm a big theoretician, like I'm a big expert, and I could sincerely see in his eyes, like he's very tense because he thinks I have prepared a lot, and I was kind of enjoying because I know I am not prepared, but it's okay if your opponent thinks you are tremendously prepared. Hey, seriously, okay, Vishnu can give explanation here. Like, okay, I knew the other. No, I just knew this knight b d2, knight b3 comes. I have to play some c5. Nothing more than that. Absolutely nothing more than that. So bishop f6, he plays knight bd2. Okay, so in Catalan, if we think about basic in Catalan, the basic thing is this bishop is usually weak, and if you can play c5, then everything is in order. So c5 takes rook c8. White can play b4, but I was not really bothered about this. This doesn't feel scary to me at all. So he played knight b3. Now there are some ideas. So okay, I played bishop d5, threatening a5, which makes sense. Rook fd1. Here I thought for a long time because I had no idea what is the right way. Let's see. So first of all, if I want to take the pawn, if I play this, then he will play rook ac1. And bishop b3, he takes queen b3, and then this pawn hangs. This does not work. Like, I'll just be one pawn down. How about bishop e7? Bishop e7 runs into knight g5. Yeah, as Sagar pointed out. Bishop g5 takes here, and now very surprisingly I cannot wait, what is this? I'm just thinking why is this great for him? Maybe it's just rook d5, e d5, e6. No, actually knight g5 was working. Actually, yeah, how do I play here? Yeah, this is very difficult position. Queen e7, rook c1, a6. Yeah, queen e7, rook c1, a6 is possible, but he plays knight fd2, Padmini. And then again this pawn is defended. One way to take the pawn is bishop f3 and rook takes e5. But you know, like, how many games Anish Giri or Kramnik or Hari, they won in such positions. It's very annoying position. I simply didn't want to get there. So here there was a very concrete calculation. Oh, by the way, Sagar, if you're still watching, this is the game actually I wanted to show the other day uh, on your show, but we kind of ran out of time, so I couldn't show it. So I played a5. So I'm threatening a4. And if he plays a4, that doesn't work because, okay, I win the exchange. Not I win the exchange, but I sort of liquidate. So after a5, he'll play e4. This is clear. I take. Now here he has a choice. So the reason why I was thinking so much while playing a5 was that after e4, I had to see one particular variation very clearly. So first branch is here. He can take a b3 or queen b3. If a b3, I take rook c5. He plays queen d2. Threatening on d7 and a5. But I have knight b8, rook a5 forced. And I thought this is a very comfortably equal. And if I have to pick a color, I think I would rather pick black in this position. Like, I have tremendous compensation, and this knight is, my knight is better than his knight, my bishop is better than his knight, my rook is better than his rook. I would any day pick black. But the thing is, when I played a5, we both saw a long line. And end of the line, he missed one particular move. So he was also confident and I was also confident. So he played e4, bishop b3, he took queen b3. This is, I think, as a result of miscalculation. Rook into d5. Things would have been same if he started with e5. But okay, he played a4. Again, he is following his own calculation, which he thinks he is clearly better. I am following my own calculation, which I know, I understood that he missed my particular move. So I played b4, he plays e5. Why I cannot take this pawn? Somebody tell me. Yeah. So take and queen d3. There is a pin. So he plays e5. I have to play bishop e7 and knight d4. So it is all about this position. Everything is about this position. So when I played a5 on move 15, I have to see e4, I have to see he will take queen b3, I have to say rook c5, a4, b4, e5, forced and forced here. So when I played a5, we both calculated this position and he considered this better for white because there is no way to defend these two threats. And when I played a5, I also had seen until here, but I had one particular trick. Ilampati said something that I missed, yeah? That's right, Ilampati. Hang on. So there was something else that means. Yeah, sorry. It's not queen d3 as Ilampati pointed it out, which is right. Queen d3 does not work, but this works. Bishop c6. This was the problem. Wait, but bishop c6 there is knight c5. Now suddenly I'm confused. Was this possible then? Take. Something I'm missing. Hang on. What could it be? Could it be f4? No, f4 is queen d6 check. No, f4, no. Bishop c6 is knight c5. That is clear. Then maybe not to take here. Why didn't I take this pawn? Maybe queen d3 directly and then after rook d5 to play queen e2. No, but then I'll save my bishop, no? Queen d3, rook d5? Yeah, rook d5, knight e5 I'm thinking, but I have at least knight into e5. At what point rook a1? Yes, maybe deep is right. Maybe, no, but rook a1 also I'll move my queen. Rook a1 also, can I move my queen somewhere? Yeah, I can move my queen somewhere, no? There is no rook d7, so it's not that. I think it is knight e5, takes. Anybody is saying any way out here for white? Maybe I could take bishop e5 actually. I'll check maybe. It was not working, you know. Yeah. Okay, so I checked with the computer. It's very interesting. It's queen c2 that wins. Now I don't really remember if I saw this in the board or not. Queen c2. Wow. I honestly don't remember if I saw this during the game. Maybe there is one point that I didn't have to see this. Queen c2 wins, computer says. Because there is no good square. If you go here, I think there is queen c7, and if you go here, there is bishop c6. Yeah, it's kind of, and if rook c5, then queen d. What is if rook c5? Then queen d3 or queen d2. Oh, this is very deep, man. This is very deep. What is going on? I don't even understand what is going on. Yeah, it seems rook ac1 wins here. No, but this one is very deep. Why? Soumya asks, why is not queen d3, queen e7, f4 working? Because there is knight c5, I guess, at some point. Yeah, there will be knight c5. But anyway, I knew when white played something like e5, such a committal move, basically, I would never even get into this position even if I don't lose this, because there will be so many other ways where white can get enough compensation. While in bishop e7, knight d4, this is the position where which both of us were aiming for. Yeah, I think Vishnu is right. Intuitively, I rejected this. Siddharth, why should people ban you and why should you get timeout? I don't understand this. Nobody gets timeout, I think, if they are not spamming. So he was expecting, here black is in great trouble. Uh, the thing is queen b6. This is the move he missed. Oh wow, that's very good to know, guys. Humpy won. Lovely. So queen b6. The point is, my opponent rejected queen b6 because, of course, he thought this is coming. But after f e6, rook take d7, this is the move that I saw it much before. Rook f2, and it's winning. It's kind of beautiful. Like, okay, take, I have rook c2. Actually, I think first I saw, to be honest, when I played a5, I first saw rook into e5. This was my calculation. If he takes, I take and I have check. But as we were approaching this position and finally this came, by the time I saw I don't even need to take rook into e5, but I have rook into f2. Yeah, when I played a5, I saw here. I saw until this. Because look, there is no other way. I mean, how can you play a5 if you have not seen this? If you play a5, your opponent plays e4. You have to take. White will take. You play rook a5. He could also play the same like this. But okay, he plays a4, b4, e5, bishop e7, knight d4. And you have to have some sort of idea. And queen b6 was the point. So this was very important that I had queen b6. And queen b6 is the only way to not to get worse position. And here I think he overestimated his position. He again played a very bad move. I think he should have played knight f5. Already I would have, like, black is slightly better, but I think this is how he should have played. Or he could have played this, but even this is better for me because this bishop is doing nothing, just absolutely nothing on this diagonal. So while my bishop is much more stronger, the guy played f4. This is against Param Maghzutlu. He played f4, and from here strategy comes into play. Like how to play this position. Where should I put my rooks? How my pieces should be there? How much better black is? So very obvious thing is to get rook c8 and double the rook. But this rook doesn't have any future there. Like this knight is controlling. If I play rook fc8, he will simply play king h1, and I don't see what I'm doing. So the first important move was, it's a bit paradoxical, to play rook back to c8. Yes, Adiban, only now strategy starts. Actually, only now strategy starts. So I am keeping all the options open. I can go knight c5, I can go bishop c5. I want rook f d8, and I'm threatening here. He played king h1, and I think he offered me draw here. But okay, why should I give a draw here? It's important that I don't play knight c5. Knight c5 is bad move here, because then he plays queen f3 and suddenly he is threatening this. And my knight is, again, not doing anything. Yeah, you know what, Vishnu, I thought about knight b8, controlling this, but then I'm not hoping for something better. But why not to play rook f d8? Keeping all the threats, I'm sort of increasing my threats. Now I have knight e5, knight c5, and bishop c5. So if he plays queen e3, I have bishop c5. If he plays queen f3, I have knight e5. If he plays queen d3, I still have knight e5. So I have kind of fixed his queen. He played knight b5. So I played knight c5. Takes, queen c2. And now this move is for Soumya. Black to play. I was actually very happy to make this move. So how should black play here? Everything looks very tempting. Every single move is very tempting. There are no correct solution here. Like I think it's matter of taste how you want to approach a position. Arishtada says b6. Adiban says it's showtime. So I came up with an interesting idea. Knight d3 is a very standard move. b3 Arishtada is very committal. He'll probably play, if you play b3, he'll just play queen e2. This I did not like. h5 is very interesting. Both Deep and Adiban said h5. It's very interesting move. I played, yeah, what Ilampathi said. I played g6. Now I will show you, you won't believe, if I tell white is in zugzwang here, you won't believe right away. But let's see, yeah? Let's see one move at a time. So ideally, I want to get this and this and this, let's say. So when I play g6, two moves are gone. If he plays b3, I have rook d3. By the time he defends the pawn, I get queen d8. If he moves his h pawn, I have rook d3. By the time he defends g pawn, I have queen d8. So he cannot move the pawns. I don't think he will play g4 or f4. Now let's take one piece at a time. Queen. Okay, let's start with rook. If he plays rook d1, now I play b3. Because yeah, the queen doesn't have a square. Like next move, I'll take on a4. If he plays rook f1, now I play b3 because the rook moved, yeah, so the pawn is hanging. He has to play this, take queen b3 here, queen c4 force, and knight d3, and I'm winning the pawn. So he cannot move the rook. So that means this pawn doesn't move, this pawn doesn't move, this rook doesn't move. How about the bishop? He can play bishop f3, but bishop f3 runs into a nice tactics. I'll take knight into a4. So you have to take with the queen, and you played bishop f3, right? So I have this. This is attacked. You move, I go here, you play rook g1, I play bishop c5, and it's winning. So the bishop doesn't move. So the pawns and also knight is fixed. Now that leaves queen. If you move the queen somewhere here, I have knight into a4. So for me, such moves are very, it gives me some sort of pleasure to, yeah, g4 I think is just, then all your ideas with knight d3 is, it just gets doubled, right? Like, I don't know, maybe I'll start with b3 or something, but essentially he will not play g4. But queen e2, what about queen e2? What about queen e2? Because queen e2 kind of stops everything, yeah? This knight is protected now, so there is no knight a4. And what did I gain? Vishnu, okay, okay, Vishnu is kind of making fun here that my strategy includes knight a4, queen a4 and queen f2. This reminds me, Anish Giri once said it gives him a lot of pleasure when a positional move is, like when a tactical move is based on a positional idea. So I think, would you agree that any kind of strategic play or positional play, it is impossible to do with tactics? How it is possible? And vice versa, I think. If you just play tactical, it just doesn't work. So both should be present. So back to queen e2. Now, so when I played g6, I saw nothing is moving. So only thing that I had to refute was queen e2. So I want my knight on d3, but I saw interesting tactics here for g6. Knight b3. Yeah, king g7 is still possible. But I am not threatening anything. Now maybe he can play some kind of, I don't know what exactly. Maybe now he can play bishop f3. And then, slowly you are giving him time. So h5 is possible, but there is much more, because h5 is definitely possible. h5, h4 is doable. But there is much more direct here, much more concrete line here. So I played knight b3, threatening rook d2. So rook d1 is forced. Take, take. So my knight, it does not belong to b3. It definitely, the last place I want it is on b3. But it is going to do a very important job for the time being. What is that? He plays rook d1, take, take, queen f2. This is the point. That is how queen e2 was refuted. Now he cannot take because there is mate, and now he has to defend this pawn. Sorry. And now you see the point of g6. Yeah, there is no back rank at all. So he has to play queen b1. Now I need to bring back my knight. But first let's stop this knight. Now I stopped all sorts of knight d6. So with the queen on d2, this queen has stopped this knight, this pawn. Everything is fixed. Now he plays h4. Finally, this knight is coming back. Okay, here I am winning. Knight a4 is also winning. But again, now people will literally tease me for keeping this game under strategic. I still consider this a strategic game with many little tactics, I would say. So I could take knight e4, knight a4, but by now I saw something much more attractive. Knight d3. Because now this is mate. How is it mate? Okay, this is just mate. And yeah, if you start here, then also it is mate. Yeah, so gf4 he cannot take. Played queen e4. Again, the same thing. This is somewhat resembles like my game with Havel actually. Yeah, here I was very surprised. Like a tactically alert player like Parham did not play queen a8 check. I was like extremely surprised. I was expecting queen a8 check. Okay, why I called it unlearning? I think because there are so many things we believe that is how this should be. These are the principles. Vishnu made me unlearn all those things. So every position is very unique. I think that is what one should learn. And you cannot have a fixed thing. Like you cannot have a fixed mindset. So yeah, I was expecting queen a8 check. And yeah, as somebody pointed out that if king g7, there is queen h8. And suddenly this will be very difficult to win. But queen a8, I had bishop f8. So anyway, it's winning. This is the position I was aiming for. Okay, he played knight c4. So bishop d6. And now one last thing. If I play queen f2, this I don't think is the best way. Because now you have to exchange the queen. Probably black is winning here, but black will have to give this bishop. I think black should be winning here, but I didn't want to get there. So knight c4, I played queen c2 check. The difference is I am playing the same bishop g3 check, but without like instead of getting this position, I got this position, and that has an important difference that I can take on b3. He played this, yeah, and I went for a easier solution, queen c3. Yeah, here he resigned because okay, if he takes, I take, and we queen simultaneously, and then it's winning. So yeah. So this game does not come under strategy. Yeah. No. Okay. Soumya is my judge. Soumya, tell me. People are mocking me here that all this g6 and all everything is tactics. I thought because of this g6 move, and also because of here to play rook c8 and sort of playing this kind of move, I thought it is like a strategical game also. But they are saying this is not strategy. Yeah, as Setu said, reinventing. This is what is very important. I think you have to constantly come up with your own signature, like own. I think everybody thinks in their own way. Like everybody is unique. And as we were discussing with Anand and Levan also, like you bring your personality to the game. So that's how you'll be playing. Uh, I will just show one last position and then that will be the end of this stream. Because people are talking about, I saw some Petrossian Spassky was going on. I will just end the stream with this particular position. Let me get here. All right. The final position, guys, for today. Somebody is asking me why I do not play online over any specific reason. Yeah, many reasons. First of all, I am not a very good online player. I don't know. It never worked with me. I am a bit paranoid of cheating also, to be honest. So most of the tournaments I do not play because there are so many cheatings going on. But you are right, guys. I mean, I should start playing. I should probably start playing Title Tuesday at some point. Mio is not impressed, yeah? So this was played, it's a very famous game. It's Spassky versus Petrossian. Their first match, they played two matches in 1966 and 69. 66 when this was after Petrossian defeated Botvinnik and Spassky qualified from candidates. He got, Petrossian just simply crushed Spassky. And then again 3 years later, again Spassky won the candidates and defeated Petrossian and became world champion. So this particular position, Petrossian is black. Game 7 and Game 10, even Fischer was impressed. Fischer later wrote that he was very impressed with Game 7 and Game 10. Yes, as I see it's going on in chat that Python strategy. It's a fantastic book. I recommend all the players. Like those who are looking for some strategical play. Python strategy is very important. Positional decision making, guys. This is also by Gelfand. If somebody can just write that also as well. That's a fascinating book too. And okay, of course, there are also Doreski series and Agat series and so on. I usually like books where players wrote about their own games because it does not matter how much flaw is there, how much they missed. Every player is missing a lot of things, and we can run the engine and say this is how we should have played. But when a player is talking about his own game, he can simply say it clearly that what he saw and what he did not see in that game. I think this is very important. So that's why I generally show my games more, because it's, for me, it's very easy to explain. Like for instance, this particular position, I will never be able to explain exactly that nicely that how Petrossian played the following moves. But if it was my game, it's much more easy to tell how I came to that move. Yeah, I'm thinking Adiban to. I was actually thinking to write a book on Adiban's neat games, but then I couldn't find anyone. I could not find a game. So that project is totally in your hand, Adiban. Right. So what is Black going to play here? Black to move. That's a very nice book somebody wrote. Siddhant Satao. Attack with Mikhail. No, not Attack with Mikhail Tal. I actually like this book. I have The Life and Games of Mikhail Tal. That's a very nice book. Rook DG8, people are saying. H3. Yeah, Harinanda. Do you know this game or you just said? So, Petrosian played C4 here. I really loved it. It's such a nice move. C4 and A6. Now, what is the point? The point is, we have all that as this will happen. This will eventually happen. But first, to play C4 and to play A6. Now, as you can see, white can never open the queen side. White can absolutely never open the queen side. So this was very nice. C4 and A6. Just a simple thing. Yeah, there's not much of calculation. You just close the position. I'll very quickly go through the game. It's a very nice game. This was played in 1966 World Championship match, game 7. And again, Petrosian wants to play f6 here, e5, but this bishop is under attack, so he plays bishop f8. Yeah, this was a very nice sack also. Look at this pawns. My goodness, and this king. So e4, bishop d6, knight d7. Such moves are also not easy to make. You know, you have such an active knight. Yeah, Divya, retract that. Somebody delete. Yeah, done. Okay. Rook d4, rook d2, and yeah, basically f5. Such a beautiful move. Why f5? Because after ef5 there is h3, and look which bishop is coming into play. So he took ed5, f4. My goodness. Yeah, this pawns are just absolutely killing white. Four. To win a game like this in a world championship match is really something. We don't get to see many of such games in a world championship match. And the finish, yeah. So basically, it all started. Who knew, yeah, from this position. The thing is, white never had a counter play. All right, so we came to an end. I could not take many topics today, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Adiban, after all this, you are asking who was white? Spassky Petrosian, man. Spassky white, Petrossian black, 1966 World Championship, Game 7. Game 7, as I said, like even if you Google this, Game 7 and Game 10, both games were heavily praised by Fischer. Fischer loved it. Uh, yeah, this World Championship match was fascinating. So that's all, guys. Thank you for joining. What all I have to say? Number one, Anish and Sopiko, they are coming tomorrow at 2:30 a.m. So 2:30 p.m. Uh, Tomorrow is their anniversary. That's why I called them tomorrow. Usually I'm doing solo show before and then the couple show. But this time first it will be Anish and Sopiko tomorrow. Then day after tomorrow it will be Anish solo. And another announcement. I have got something very interesting coming. Uh, on Chess Day, International Chess Day on 20th July, I'll be starting another series which is named Gangs with the Gang. And I can, in my first episode, three players are coming. Nihal Sarin, Pragnananda, and Divya Deshmukh. So with these three players who are also going to play in the online Olympiad, I'll be doing a quiz competition, and as well as showing some positions and everything. It's going to be lots of fun. So that's on Monday, and Saturday, Sunday I have with Anish. What? No, 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 no. Divya is saying no, 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 no. And my solo shows, I was thinking, let me know if you like this particular show. I was thinking to do it like this every show, like try to do it like your choice, and I'll come online and then start showing something. Is that okay? Can I get a feedback? How was this particular episode? Because it's kind of difficult, like when I'm not prepared. But I think it's more fun. It's also more challenging for me. Like you guys are giving me different topics, and I'm not prepared, and I have to say something spontaneously. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll continue doing this then. Adiban, don't worry. I am going to show some of your games too, guys. On the next show, if somebody asks me the art of swindling, I promise I am going to show some of Adiban's games. That is for sure. Hey, you know what? Remind me. Next day I'll show something very interesting. Somebody said show on Gambit. Remind me this on my next solo show. I'm going to show something extraordinary, some Gambit game. Yeah, that's all then. I wanted to say something else. Yeah. Once more, thank you Anshumanji for supporting this. It means a lot. See you guys. See you guys soon tomorrow. Don't forget tomorrow 2:30. I want everybody on the stream. It will be fun with Anish and Sopiko. Bye bye guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching. Bye.